Scorpio, welcome to your April mid-month reading. We are diving into the energies that you can expect for the next 2 weeks, and I feel like beyond, because what's happening here, as we may all be well aware of, is that we're walking into Taurus season on, I believe it's the 19th, 20th of April. So here the next day or so. Let's see. Taurus is your zodiacal opposite, right? It is 180 degrees away from your sign, exact opposer to your sun sign, or to the sun being in Scorpio. There's a lot that each of us can learn and take from one another when we look at our opposing signs. I feel like we can expect to have, it sounds so obvious when you say it out loud, but I don't know that we necessarily take time to consider this. And that is how much balance we can have in our lives when we take note and cues from our zodiacal opposite, right? So you are very etherical, you're very emotional, you are tapped into the energies around you in terms of feelings, right? Being the fixed water sign. So Taurus is the fixed earth sign, and it's also very tapped into earthly energies. So the energy of Mother Earth, being grounded, and being able to use resources to build something lasting, right? That's what Taurus stands for. And you are able to tap into connections, etherical or non-physical connections, in order to create something lasting, right? So when you tap into Taurus energy, it feels very grounding for you, right? And that's what you're about to experience. So that's exciting when when we're used to kind of flying up here or feeling up here, and then being able to feel our feet touch the ground and to feel like we're settled into something, okay? So I'm really excited to see what the energies are holding for you for the rest of April. And moving into May, how is that going to affect you, and what is the big takeaway, or what is the big opportunity within this time frame for you? So let's go ahead and start pulling these. I'm using the Spiritual Tarot deck, and I have just fallen in love, and you have 3 cards that flipped over all at once. Okay, so I'm going to check with Spirit in just a moment after I show you these cards to find out, am I pulling still 2 more cards, or are these your 3 cards? So we have, starting out here with Aries energy, the 0 point, the Fool. You've gotten everything from that was necessary from where you have been. You're now only taking what you need from that previous experience where you've previously been. You're being guided by Spirit. You have the magic wand in your hand. It looks like a walking stick, but that's because he's humble and he's ready for more. He's ready to be able to allow the energies or the experiences not only come to him, but he's showing up to meet those experiences, right? So it's a merging of experiences, but he's not, when we think of the word humble, what he means is like open to learning, open to be able to experience it in a way that he hasn't, or it's not already defined. That's what it is. What he's expecting to find has not already been defined. And not just because he hasn't been there yet, it's because he's showing up for the opportunity to learn something new, to gain something new. Okay? We have here the Hierophant. This is Taurus energy. This is standard. This is tradition. This is, again, what you can expect, the way that we've always done things. And right here, between those 2 cards, oh my God, you guys, okay? Oh my God, is the Devil, okay? So this is Saturn energy. This is where there's a structure. There is something that is so firm and so concrete that you are bound to it, okay? So do you see how this is so, these are your 3 cards. Okay, these are your 3 cards. I've got it. But this is so exciting because you're taking what you would have traditionally done, what you've always known, what you always can expect, and you're now meeting a new opportunity with like, I'm open to it, to whatever it holds, whatever this next venture is in my life, whatever it holds for me to help me become more of myself, right? So this is really thrilling. With this devil energy, it's you know, you being so bound to something that you can't change. It creates a limitation. Now we need structure, right? In order to experience something fully, we need it to be structured in our life. It needs to be tangible, right? But when you're so connected to what is, you're not necessarily available for what could be. And this is what you can expect for this kind of overarching energy over the next couple of weeks, is like, you know what, can I really let go of what I expect in order to gain something new for myself? Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull some clarifiers. Oh, and at the bottom of the deck so far is this 8 of Wands energy. This is Mercury in a fire sign, right? Mercury in Sagittarius typically, but Mercury is actually in Aries, represented by the Fool, and it means what yours is yours. Okay, it means that there's no, look at all of this lightning, right? This is information, it's truth, it's fast moving energy, it's sudden, it's swift, and it's profound. Okay, so these words that I'm using is to describe this card are energies that you can expect to be held within something new for you. Okay. All right, so that's the bottom deck, but I'm going to go ahead and shuffle it, so it may resurface. I don't know, but it's being shuffled back in. I have to tell you, I'm really thrilled for this reading for you. Really excited. Can you feel the excitement around you of something new? Okay, sorry, before I go any further, I want to say that the way the cards laid out on the table is the Fool first, the Devil second, and the Hierophant third, which is telling us that you're taking something new, you're creating structure around it in order to have tangible long-term experiences. It is a new standard for your living. That's the way this would be read, is read from left to right as the cards have laid out on the table. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some clarifiers for the Fool, so we can dive deeper into the Fool energy for you. 4 of Cups. Page of Swords. Wow. Oh my God. And I'm like, I want to see another card. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Swords. Perception, perspective, triumphant realization. And this can be a realization of a truth that supports you being triumphant in an area of your life, being able to master something new. We have like I said, the 4 of Cups and the Page of Swords. Yeah, the 4 of Cups is where you may have been, where there's been an opportunity for something new coming in. This rainbow is always about promise, but you see how lackadaisy this woman is. She's not like really, she's not up and going. But there is something new available for her, and there's been this like, maybe I don't necessarily want to rock the boat in order to achieve the next thing, okay? Maybe I don't want to upset the apple cart, right? Maybe I don't want to give up my comfort zone in order to experience something new, okay? There's some energy within that, and then this Page of Swords is telling us, I'm sorry, honey, but there is too much information for you to not go after what this is. Whatever this very satisfying opportunity is available for you, this page, like she's going, just like the Fool is going. You're going whether you have wanted to or not at this point, because you have too much information to not go somewhere new. Again, we had Mercury in that 8 of Wands, and this is another Mercury card because it's the page. Mercury is Hermes. It is the messenger of the gods that has the ability to go from the heavens to the underworld and is the only one that can pass through and be able to relay information, right? So if you think about what I was saying, you being like this etherical, celestially tapped into the emotional, through your emotions to the energies, right? So you would be like the more the celestial energy, and the Taurus energy is the earthbound, solidified, concrete, down to earth kind of energy, right? So this is really fascinating, really fascinating. What's happening here is that, you cannot be so connected to, well, we're going to keep going here and get some more, but I think that what's showing up is that the information that's coming in is going to change your physical reality. You can't be bound to the way that things have always been. It's time for something new, right? Time for something new. So, I hadn't even seen until right now that there are these other two cups with the rainbow on them, right? Rainbow, something beautiful, a promise of something very satisfying. If you drink from this cup, if you have this experience, if you go this way, Spirit's like, it's gonna be fantastic. And you're like, I'm good. I'm all right with this cup that I've got in my hand. It's fine. And it's not gonna cut it anymore, is it? All right, so let's go ahead with this devil. Let's get some information around this devil for you. Please, here, Spirit, clarify the devil for us. The World card. Boom, boom, boom. Now, this is the ending. This is the ending of something. This is in order to have the Fool, we have to have the World, right? The World is the end of the major arcana. The Fool is the beginning of the major arcana. So you have to say goodbye. But the really cool thing is both of those cards, both the World and the Fool, are like, you have gotten what you need. You got what you needed from the experience. You got what you need from where you've been. It's time to go somewhere new. All right. Okay, so let's go one more card, please, here for the devil. Another messenger card, Page of Pentacles. Now, the Pentacles is Taurus energy, right? It's earth energy. So we're talking about your finances. We're talking about your home. We're talking about material possessions, the value of material possessions. So the information that you're going to be getting has to do with the value of your work, your home, what you have, those kind of things, okay? I want one more. Oh, that's at the bottom of the deck. Really, Wheel of Fortune, another card of like energy's moving, you're going to a fated new direction, okay? Now this page here of Pentacles, I'm going to go ahead and pull from another deck real quick. I would like some more information. I want to go in deeper to that page. Let's get information about what this information is. And we could even go deeper into that Page of Swords. I feel like the Hierophant could be very revealing about this, but, I want to take a peek before we even get to the Hierophant. So maybe then the Hierophant takes us even further, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get some clarifiers for that Page of Swords, please. Page of Swords. What's the information from the Page of Swords? Oh, the World reversed. Now, if you remember, we had the World upright with the second card here, the Devil. One more clarifier for that Page of Swords. You got two cards popping out. Reversed, reversed. And I swear to you, I am not holding this deck. I'm not holding this deck upside down. Okay, so the information that you're seeing, what is coming into what the data, here we go, what the data is showing you. The logic around like, okay, I see what I'm getting. I see what my life looks like. And it means that I have not been willing to take this step. I've not been willing to forego what is in order for something new. And I'm being shown where I haven't been willing to move, where I haven't been willing to wrap things up, put a nice little bow and call it good there. Okay. Now we have reversed here with the world is the Three of Wands. Three of Wands upright is where you're ready to take some action. Okay. This is Mars in Aries, native ruler of Aries. Now Mars is going into another fire sign, Leo. We're in Aries season currently right now, and you're stalling out. You're like, I'm being called to go somewhere else. This is what this data is showing you. I can see that there's the need, the necessity to go somewhere else, and Spirit is trying to guide me there for something new. And I'm like, I'm good with this cup. I'm good with this cup. Ignoring your intuition. All right, but here's the thing. Your reality is showing you it's time for change. Okay. Now let's dive into the Page of Pentacles. Okay, with this Devil, what are you willing to, what is necessary to be broken up with? Now, here's the thing. When we're talking about breaking up with something, okay, and it is a breaking up rather than constructing something new. I feel like this reading works like, you know, when you do like math, when you're trying to calculate something out, in order to solve something, you can calculate it forwards and backwards, and it works both ways so that you know it's true. That's what I feel like is happening in this reading. It works both ways, the forward and backward, earth to heaven, heaven to earth, forwards, backward, all of it. Okay. So this is definitely Hermes going back and forth for you. All right. So let's get some clarifiers for that Page of Pentacles. And we've got Aries here, right here in the Queen of Wands. I love the Queen of Wands. This is like the information that you're receiving about your money. It could be a new job, new home, new something. Information that you're receiving in order to close this out, close up what has been holding you back, what has been limiting you. Or even like you feel limited. So when we feel limited, okay, let's talk about that for just a moment. When we feel limited in our options because we're holding ourselves to a certain belief system or a certain lifestyle, some choice that we made, when we're holding ourselves to that, we're not keeping up with the transition that our higher self is always making, the ever expanding, the evolution, always expanding evolution of who we are. And we do then engage in codependent relationships, and we become so dependent, say like on a paycheck from this job, that we're not willing to excel into a job that would pay better and would feel better, more in tune with who we are, because we're just worried about like the paycheck, right? That would be like, I guess kind of a codependency within your work environment. And it also can lead to substance abuse as well. When you're not keeping up with yourself, you start to have low-level emotions, and we can start covering those low-level emotions up with the use of substances. So, but it always goes back to, am I keeping up with the truth of myself, my desires, and my higher self? Then am I being my highest self? So in order for you to be able to experience yourself fully and completely, you're being asked to, or in order for the desires that your higher self holds to be true, you're being called, you're being called to move into away from something. And here's the thing. This can be where you make your money. You could be literally looking at home job, something material that you're getting, that this time to close out, and you've got the information now. The information gives you confidence to make that move. Confidence to make that move. Okay, let's go one more. We did not get one more. Here we go. At the bottom of this deck, we have the Five of Swords. Now, this Five of Swords is a conflict card. It's conflict and liberation. You're going to be facing a conflict, and that may be like the expectation or the obligation, the way others see the situation and want to expect you to get on board with their way of thinking about it, and you can't anymore. You cannot. You hold the truth within you, and you have to follow that truth now. You have to go. That was the Page of Swords. It was also the Ace of Swords. Now that you know it, now that you see it, you can't unsee it. You can't unknow it, and you have to follow that. And maybe it might be a little bit difficult. There can be some for some of my clients, I call it the FU card. Like, screw you, I'm out of here. Like, I gotta go, right? There could be that card. There were three other cards that popped out here, and we have here the five, another conflict card, the Five of Pentacles, and this talks about personal value. This talks about personal worthiness. This talks about you having your head held up high because you feel that you're connected to yourself in a way that is respectful. Like, I respect myself, and therefore I can see the abundance that is available for me, and the relationships reflect I'm being treated with respect. You may be in some sort of relationship that has not been respectful of who you are, and it goes back to the relationship with yourself. Have I been paying attention to me? Have I been giving myself the respect that I deserve? Okay, these are the questions that are coming up within this Devil card in order to close this out. It's what you're having to face. It's what you're having to reflect upon, is saying, have I really given myself? Have I really been? Do I want? And here's even the bigger question. Let's just get in there here, Scorpio, because I feel like you guys really can. All right, instead of using information about this new job. Oh my God, I'm going to get hired at this new job, right? This is information that directly impacts and of course would give me the confidence then they would like to hire me. This is a better paying job. I like that. Now, because those employers, a new employer, are ready to employ you, now you feel the confidence. And that's backwards. Because yes, it did take courage to get you there, but were you relying on sustainable courage, as in true self-respect, when you applied for that job, right? When you applied for this new thing in your life? Or are you letting the situation affirm to you your worthiness? So what we're really looking at here over the next couple of weeks is your ability to not use circumstances around you, not use the external world to validate your ability to feel worthy and to feel self-respect. Because what happens when you use the exterior world, A, it's not sustainable, and B, you end up in situations like this that are actually, it may appear on the surface like they're a good thing, this relationship, this job, this whatever it is, it'll appear, but really as you unravel it, you find that it's actually been built on a wound. Okay, so this is what's really happening, because you don't want the imbalance that comes with this Two of Pentacles as you're changing from one situation to another to disrupt your stability. We're back to the Four again. Foundation, stability. I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to disrupt what is in order to get what I want. And what is? Here we go with truth time. This is the Ace of Swords for you. I'm going to hand you the Ace of Swords right now. The truth is the reason why what is has not actually changed at the core is because you've been getting the respect, the sense of respect from the outside world and not from inside of yourself. You're using situations, you're using other people, you're using other things outside of you to give you a sense of respect, to tell you you're okay, to feel okay inside, instead of just choosing to feel stable, secure, certain, all of those things that feel really good, those grounded things, those earthly things, right? And you got to go inside of yourself and you've got to find those feelings apart from whatever your exterior world looks like. You've got to have the respect for yourself. The relationship with you must deepen at this point in order for you to no longer continue to attract unhealthy relationships that may appear one way on the outside but aren't really. And I think that we actually had gone into this for your April reading, Scorpio. This is what your April is about. And now we're just I think that because we have two cards of conflict and liberation in the fives. It's the conflict, and then once the conflict has been resolved, then you feel the liberation. So I think that you are bumping up against so hard the truth of what I'm really lacking is the depth of relationship with myself. And when I feel stable, this is the Four of Wands upright, but you're not willing to have anything in your current world disrupted. But when I can feel this, regardless of what's happening, which is what she stands for, she knows the energy that she holds within herself. She knows the energy of self-respect and confidence, authentic self-respect and confidence. When she has that, now she's able to apply her attention. This is why she's looking out. She's able to apply the attention that is that life force energy of those solid feelings of solidity, solid relationship with self, grounded. When I feel that, now I'm ready to take action. Where am I going to apply this? And now I'm going to take action, right? So you don't have, I think that you're bumping up against that conflict. And the conflict is, where can I enhance my relationship and honor myself with true respect? Okay, so let's go ahead now and let's see what this outcome is. Spoiler alert, you do ground yourself, Taurus, right? You ground yourself in that. All right, but let's get the cards. Let's get the cards. And I want to go a little bit deeper into that. Okay, let's see what this Hierophant holds within it. What? All right. Okay, Scorpio, ready? Ace of Wands. Oh, you just unlocked a new level, okay? A new level of, this is the spark of passion, driving force that gives you a new venture, like a new job, okay? Now you unlock the real good new job, okay? And it can be grounded, new job, new earning potential. Okay, let's go into one more. Oh, and you know what? As I was saying that, oh my God. Okay, you guys, as I was saying that, I was like, you know what? There's so much Ace of Pentacles in that Ace of Wands. I'm surprised it wasn't the Ace of Pentacles. Look, you guys, it's the Ace of Pentacles. It's the Ace of Pentacles. It's the Ace of Pentacles. So you have unlocked something that is going to be so life force driving within you, and this new job, new earning, maybe even a new house, maybe even a new car, maybe you get a new car and you get a new house and you get a new, like, whatever it is for you, you have unlocked that potential because the liberation, because you're willing to take a look at the actual what's actually necessary to shift and change inside of you and break up with, I want to say this very clearly, okay? We're moving over it, but let's take that step back, right? You're willing to break up with the need for the outside world to tell you you're okay. You are ready to break up with the need for a person to tell you you're okay, for your bank account to tell you you're okay, for the house, that neighborhood that you live in to tell you that you're okay, for the position that you hold at work to tell you you're okay. You don't need that's what you're breaking up with. That's what you're breaking up with. And when you break up with that, your whole life becomes profoundly more grounded, and more opportunities open up for you. This is like, it's like this couple right here. This is breaking up with the need, right? The neediness inside of you. Zero judgment. We're all human, right? But you're breaking up with that part, okay? And now this beautiful being of light who's like, I'm ready to take the journey, the inward journey. And she's able to now see all of the abundance that's available for her. And this is a cathedral, you guys. This is a stained glass window. And so that's like a divine promise. Okay, that's divine promise. It's like written in stone or written in glass, this prophecy of what's available for you. It's because your divinity already knows how prosperous you are. Your divinity already knows what you're capable of. Your divinity already knows what your material world can and will look like. And all you have to do is point all of that attention that you're giving everybody else right here. You don't need other people to tell you anything. And guess what? It was never your job to tell them about themselves either. It always feels good to be uplifting to others, but at what cost? At what cost? Denying yourself these opportunities and the feeling of being grounded, the feeling of self-respect. That was the cost of uplifting everybody else. I love you, Scorpio. You guys are, oh my God, you guys are intense. And you know why? I'll tell you why. Because, well, I do have a lot of Scorpio in my chart, but not my big three. My ascendant is Taurus. So of course, I'm in love with the attributes of Scorpio. So there's a little clue for you guys about how much I love and adore you guys. Okay. All right. So let me go. I loved these, Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Wands and this Hierophant here so much that, hold on. Let me get this card. That I want to pull cards from the, spiritual tarot deck to clarify and to go deeper with those. How about that, you guys? You guys want to go deeper? Does it feel so good? Does it feel so good to be you? Ooh, okay, let's get all the pieces to fit. Is that symbolic or what? Let's get all these pieces to fit. Okay. All right. Ready, set. You guys. Holy Okay. I'm going to give you a little clue. On how to go about this. Okay. This is what this tarot deck just did. Give you a little clue. At the bottom of the deck is the 10 of Wands. Okay. The 10 of Wands says, hey, you know what? It's really time for you to just go ahead and look at what you have committed to as far as what you've taken on as responsibility. What you feel obligated is your responsibility, okay? You need to do a reassessment of that, and what you need to do is replace where you have been responsible and had no business being responsible. Replace that with self-care. Replace that with relaxation, meditation, massage, those kind of things. Go to the beach and walk on the sand without shoes. Do the thing, right? Do the things that are really, really self-care things. That's what's going to help bring all of this in. Your clarifiers are the Ace of Wands. That's right. You got double Ace of Wands. That means that this fire within you is ignited. This passion this passion within you is you. Because this is a card of giving birth to something new. There's a lot of Venus energy in this. There's a lot of Empress energy in this card. This is a lot of the wealthiest queen. She is the wealthiest queen because she takes good care of herself, and where she puts her attention, she knows that she gets more of that back. So she's very clear about where she puts her attention. The strategy between these two women right here, between these two nurturing aspects that we all hold within ourselves, you're taking care of your own life force energy, right? And it's translating into well-being. It is translating into financial abundance. And then, because I said it's Venus, who is Aphrodite, who is the Empress, who is the ruler of Taurus, the ruler of money, the ruler of love, this beautiful being of light. She's here influencing you, okay? And making you very, very, financially strong, okay? And then we have the Emperor. So this is all about, and I think that this is the mic drop. This is the culmination of, and we think that it's money, but here's the deal, you guys. Here's the deal. You can't have more money until you have more self-respect. I'm going to say that again. You can't have more money until you have more self-respect. You want more money, respect yourself deeper. And here's, like I said, the mic drop. You do. This is the Emperor. This is self-mastery. You realized that you are not going to depend on anybody else for your emotional well-being, and you mastered your entire life because of it. That's my beautiful friends. That's what the energies hold for you within the next couple of weeks, okay? I'm going to go 2 to 4 weeks out on this because this is a big deal what you're doing here. But I think that you're totally being confronted. When you start having that confrontation, just know the confrontation is in here. And all it's asking for you is to alleviate where you have overcommitted your responsibilities, relax, fall in love with you, open that heart chakra, okay? Open your voice too. Speak to yourself in a way that supports love. Speak to yourself in a way that supports sanctuary within. Speak to yourself about self-respect, because Taurus rules the throat. Speak to yourself as if you are the queen of your financial well-being, that you are the queen of the fire within, and you master your entire reality. This is a big deal for you guys. So no pressure. No pressure. Just let go of responsibilities, relax, speak to yourself kindly, and watch your money grow. I love you guys. Take care.